Well, the Chief Constable's come to me with quite a clear business case for this. Last year we asked the public, and the majority of those that responded, 67%, said yes, they were prepared to reinvest in certain areas for policing. Unfortunately, last year, what we could have raised by and what the public had agreed, we got capped on. The government forced us to only take 50% of what we'd agreed with the public. So this year he's come really with a similar business case, saying actually we'd like to continue doing what we're doing, particularly around child sexual exploitation and serious and sexual offences. Rather than it take too long, can we have the extra money and get cracking with it?
The Sussex Police has been squeezed for a number of years now, ever since really the financial crisis. Are you essentially asking people to pay more for less?
No, not really, because it doesn't sit well asking people to pay more in their taxes, and I'm really cognizant of that. But just to reassure people in Sussex that they pay the fourth lowest amount in the country in their council tax for policing. So that's not just in the southeast, that's in the entire country. So I do think they get really good value for money when it comes to policing, especially when you consider our neighbours in Surrey pay the most. But this clear area is really important, and the Chief Constable is quite clear on this, that he does want the investment in this. And actually I'm inclined to agree with him. Child sexual exploitation is really serious, and there are a lot of historical cases that are coming out now, which is good because obviously people are having confidence in coming forwards. But there are also current cases as well. And really from a police point of view, resourcing these cases is very difficult and does require a lot of time and very specialist training. So the case I've got before me, the proposal is to do a specialist trained officers in Sussex in one area that can actually deal with these sort of cases as they come through. These are dedicated officers and will make a real significant difference.
Do you anticipate a lot more of these historical cases coming to the forefront then, and Sussex Police being asked to investigate them?
Well, certainly it is. It's a significant issue at the moment, not just in Sussex, but nationally. It's quite clear recently the National Crime Agency had to apologise for not passing over some cases that had happened. And of those, I challenged the Chief Constable in our last accountability meeting around it. And he confirmed that, there were a lot of cases, 68, I think, that were identified just in Sussex alone on that. And then he said since then, it's reported he's had a further 127 referrals coming in since then. So, there is a clear issue here in the UK, not just in Sussex. And I'm pleased that Sussex Police are really determined to tackle this. But what I want for victims is absolutely the best possible service, to encourage people to come forwards and report so they have confidence. And with dedicated officers and, these multi-agency safeguarding hubs that Sussex Police are now setting up with partners, I really do think that people in Sussex can feel quite confident that they will get the support they need if they come forwards.
And ultimately, the amount of money that people pay for a Band D property, it's around £143. Do you think ultimately that people get value for money?
Well, I do, when you consider that they pay the fourth lowest amount in the entire country for policing. So, that is good value. And what we're asking for is an increase of less than 2%. So it's 1.98%, which will equate to about £2.79 extra a year per household. So that's not £2.79 a week, that's £2.79 per household per year. So hopefully people will agree with this. I think obviously it's difficult to ask people to pay more in their taxes, but I do think that the case for this is very compelling, and it's all about really looking after these victims of what are the most heinous of crimes, really, and people in terrible times. They need the support, and they need to know that the police are well resourced and can deal with this.